Good morning. The parole panel is reconvening and time is 11:36 a.m. So give us your name and DOC number.
Ma'am, my name is Gregory Scott Bradley, number 384914, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Bradley, thank you. My name is Pearl Wise. To my right is Mr. Freeman, and to my left is Mr. Roche. We comprise your panel this morning. Let me explain the process to you. I'm going to read some information into the record. Afterwards, we're going to conduct an interview starting with Mr. Freeman. Without interview, we're going to ask the warden for input into how you've been doing, how's it going. Just raise your hand if you can't hear. If you get to the point where you can't hear, just kind of wave your hand, we'll know. And then after the warden give us his comments, we have no business today, and so after that, you tell us whatever you want us to know, make your final statements, and then we'll render our decision. Now, do you understand the process?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me read this information into the record. Your true name is Gregory Scott Bradley. Your DOC number is 384914. Your current offense is habitual armed robbery and armed robbery. You were sentenced on May 29th of 2001 to 50 years. The total time is 50 years. Your parole eligibility date is listed as August the 1st of 2021. Your adjusted good time date is listed as July 19th, 2050. And your full term date is listed as March the 25th of 2051. That sound about right, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
All right, answer Mr. Freeman's question, please.
Okay, Mr. Bradley, how old are you?
I'm 61, sir, as of January.
Okay. And how long have you served on this sentence?
Approximately, I'd say 22 years, going on 23 years, sir.
Okay. What is your educational level?
I quit school in the 6th grade and started working for my family's company out in Arizona, building swimming pools and concrete construction. And I got a GED at the age of 33.
Good. Okay. When you robbed this bar and took the $42 and then $350, what was going through your mind? What was going on in your life?
Sir, all I can say about this matter is that man couldn't have been thinking rationally and didn't have doing right on his mind, sir.
Okay. Were you on drugs, alcohol at that time?
Sir, I was drinking at the time. Yes, sir. At the time, I was drinking beer. I wasn't doing any narcotics at that time in my life.
Okay. But you did do narcotics later in your life. I see you have some possession charges. Is that true?
Excuse me, sir, could you repeat that?
You have done narcotics in the past, haven't you?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
In the
Have
past,
you
yes,
ever
sir.
received any treatment for it? You received any treatment?
Oh, I haven't. No, I never. I always got self-help programs through just mentors and family members, people like that help me.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a drug addict?
I would consider myself. I mean, to be honest with you, sir, I consider myself to be on a threshold to where if I don't really stay diligent with my feelings and my higher power, then yeah, I could be considered that. Yes, sir.
The chief is opposed. Your sister, we were unable to contact. And you have opposition from victims. What could be your transitional plan?
The Louisiana,
Where you gonna work?
excuse me.
Where you gonna live?
I plan on living in Baton Rouge, sir. And I plan on going through the Louisiana Parole Project, or also Mr. Dunn, Carver Dunn. He's the man that runs Brittany's place in Baton Rouge for ex-convicts.
So you haven't been accepted to any of these places, but that's your plan.
You haven't been accepted yet.
No, we're in the process of trying to get this put together, sir. If you realize, sir, the date that I was given was only 40-something days away from this date here. I mean, this just hit me blindside pretty quick, you know?
Okay. How would you remain sober? What would be your sobriety plan?
I'd stay in that church, sir. I'd surround myself with people that I know that are trying to help me and that have nothing but good intentions. I've been down the road to where you think you know how to do things in life and you can't do it by yourself. And that'd be my main process. I'd search people with good hearts and good intentions.
Wouldn't go to any AA, NA?
Oh, absolutely, sir. Like I'd surround myself with the positive stuff.
Okay, you have a fair institutional record. What classes have you taken?
Well, sir, to be honest with you, when I came to Hunt in 2001 from Angola, I was approached by, at that time, Warden Tier. He was under Warden Lindsay. And he asked me about my construction background. And he said he had a couple buildings he needed to build. And I spoke with him and I said, yeah, sure, I'd volunteer for these projects. And at that time, I asked him if because of my indigency at the time, I explained to him that if I got in these projects for him, could he please put me at the end of building Unit 1 hobby shop at Hunt's? Could you please put me on maintenance? That way I could make a living through maintenance at 20 cents an hour. And I've been on maintenance from that time to 2019. And that's how I supported myself and kept myself out of trouble. Other than that, sir, that was my job.
Okay, you haven't taken any classes, is what you're telling me.
Yes, sir. I took some NA and AA. I went to a couple Toastmasters classes. I did the Cage the Rage. I did the Victims Awareness. I did a couple other classes, sir. Not right off the top of my head.
What did you learn in victim awareness?
I earned a certificate for it, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, what did you learn?
Oh, what did I learn?
Yes, sir.
Well, I know just from experience, from being a victim of myself through child abuse and being exposed to alcoholism and violence from our adults as we were children, there's only one thing that you can learn from a violent thing, is that without love in our lives and love projected to others, then it's just a farce. It's just a negative. There's nothing positive in our lives with that, sir. Other than that, I can't really tell you what there is, but love for each other. That's the only thing we can progress with.
Okay. Warden, there was no disciplinary summary in our pack. Does he have any disciplinary write-up?
Yes, sir. He had 12 disciplinary write-ups during his incarceration. Since 2002, his last write-up was December the 30th of 2021. So it's been a little while.
What was that write-up for in
It
21?
was for it was for Rule 22 there.
Yeah. Well, what did you steal?
Let's see.
I'm not aware of it right now as of this point.
I'm trying to see what it was. It's hard to read it. Looks like he lied to the officer about something. It's pretty messy report.
And when was the write-up before that one?
It wasn't intoxication.
It was intoxication. When was that?
September of 21.
November.
And so he had 5 write-ups in 21?
Let's see. Yes, sir. He had 2 intoxications, 21, a 22, a 5, and a 28.
Thank you, Warden. So you still got a problem with intoxication. You got a problem with alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I want it to be noted that they have you listed as a second felony offender. But according to probation and parole, with your arrest from around the country, you're actually an 8th felony offender. And I want that noted for the record. I have no further questions.
Well, thank you.
Warden, do you have any comments? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Like he said, he's always had a job. He worked hard. He's done a lot of things for the facility. Working on maintenance. He did have some pretty serious write-ups there in 2021. He has a substance abuse problem that I think he needs some treatment for, and he needs to continue that treatment to stay with a good sobriety plan.
All right, thank you, Ward. Mr. Bradley, you said you stopped doing the maintenance job in 2019. What happened? Why did you stop?
No, it was 201, man.
I said, when did you stop doing? Are you still the maintenance? You still on the maintenance job?
I'm now currently a nurse's aide 3 for handicapped people.
Yeah, so that's what I saw. That's why I was asking you. I thought you said you stopped doing, when did you stop doing the maintenance job?
In 218.
Okay, why did it stop?
Well, I was working at headquarters, and after we finished our job, when I did the brick pillars and stuff around the credit union, the gated area there where the brick pillars was.
Uh-huh.
was working with some people doing the concrete and all that. And then we lost our driver and they stopped people from from going there at that time. So that's pretty much the job was done at the time. So I went back and spoke to some people in security and got back with doing handicap orderly work.
Okay, okay. Because I'm gonna ask you, what do you do in that job? What does that entail?
You just make sure they need to get in the shower. If they need to get in the shower, you got to get them to their chow time. You got to get them to their pill calls. You got to get them to their call outs, back and forth. If they want to go out and get air, you take them outside, push them around, try to be companionship, companionable with them.
How many do you have in your care? And how many individuals do you have? Is it one-on-one or how many?
Well, yeah, we have a few. I have a couple one-on-ones, and then I have other ones that, we just go around and, hey, you need some help? Can I do something for you? Whatever they need. Whatever's called for at the time.
I'm glad to hear you have that kind of compassion and empathy to do that kind of work. I want to commend you for that. Good work.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have no further questions. All right. So, sir, we have no further questions. What do you want us to know before we vote?
Well,
I
like to let y'all know that I've been here since 2001. I came with a fresh armed robbery conviction. I've been without any input from the outside world. I haven't had a visit. I haven't had a phone call. I haven't had a letter. I've had no contact with anybody on the street. I've done everything I can to stay out of trouble, except the last couple of years. My record was clean from 204 to 218, more or less, when I got my intoxications. I had some personal problems in the COVID area at the COVID time, and I just lost my focus, and I guess you could say I pretty much gave up, and I'm sad that happened, because if you really look at my record, I've done a good thing for Hunt. I built Unit 1 hobby shop. I've did the BOQ units. I wired all their air conditioning units, pulled all their electrical in it. Worked at headquarters for the Secretary LeBlanc. I've done a lot of things for Hunt, for the community of Hunt. And I've tried to keep my nose clean, and I just did what I could, and if it wasn't enough, I can keep on going, I just gotta keep on heading forward, and until the time comes to where it's the right combination, hey, I'm good with it. If y'all need me to get some programs, I'd really like to participate in them. I'd really like to be placed in the parole project, if that could be done. I've not had one fight in 21 years. I've had no violence in 21 years. I mean, I've done as best I could for what I have. I can't tell y'all any more than that.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Well said. Thank you. Now we're ready to vote?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Bradley, you're right. You're all on the right track. And I hope what you just told us is true. Because I do
Yes.
think just be a little bit more, not much. First off, you need to take some drug classes, you know, try to get in living in balance, whatever else they have over there. Take those 2 classes, and you need to stay right up free for, you know, another year, say, reapply. And I think that would make a difference.
I
I
can do it
think
for,
it's terrific. This way,
I can do it.
and,
Sorry.
and, you know, you have a bad criminal history, and like I say, due to that, your disciplinary record, and get your transitional plan in order, get them to, make sure we have a solid transitional plan next time. I know you didn't have it 44 days this time.
Yeah.
So you definitely need to get that, but my vote today is to deny.
Thank you, Mr. Roche.
Mr. Brad, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Listen to me and listen to me good. You need at least 18 to 24 months of good disciplinary conduct. Your last class B write-up was only 15 months ago. You had 5 class B write-ups 2021. That's unacceptable. You have an extensive criminal background. You have at least 8 felony convictions. You have law enforcement applications, and you need some additional programming. You're not ready yet. My vote is, my vote is to deny your request.
And Mr. Bradley, at this time, you got 2 votes to deny. Sir, you have a very good work evaluation. Like you said, you contribute greatly. You do a good service every day, just not today. The answer is not now. Don't hear, I've been denied, just hear not today. My vote is to deny as well because of, you need a better transition plan. You didn't have time, go ahead and start working on that. And I urge you to reapply when you're eligible for a rehearing and have the plan, have the year. Who's gonna give you a place to live. Like you said, you're gonna need a lot of support. And I want you to do what you mentioned before. Keep doing right on your mind. Even after the day, keep doing right on your mind. And just prepare for another hearing day. But today, you've been denied. Best wishes to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.